done on May 13th, and the SR explained that Mr. Tory Sledge is coming up from expiring from probation on May 23rd. However, Mr. Sledge has had continued to have issues with compliance with his device and has been warned multiple times about blowing on time with the assigned windows. The officer claims that he has often missed multiple consecutive test windows in a row. And even though he sporadically blows outside of his window, he will miss entire days of tests. And the officer stated that before this behavior was apparent before he reportedly found residence and continues. He failed to report to his office visit via Zoom December 22nd, 2020, January and March 2021. He failed to submit 3 of his last 4 urinalysis and has not provided any proof of attending AA. And he has only paid $52 towards his probation balance since granted and still owes a remaining balance. I spoke to the officer today, Your Honor, and I was looking at what conditions Mr. Sledge has, and he has AANA meetings. He still has to go, but apparently he's behind on meetings. He is currently doing the Bexar County outpatient referral. He still owes 48 hours of community service hours and has a balance of $1,755 in fees left. And he's had struggles, Your Honor, with the COVID and with employment. And apparently he was, I'm not sure when this happened. I think it happened recently that he was kicked out of where he was living at due to not contributing financially. So he was evicted on February 3rd, Your Honor. That's when a field visit was done. He was evicted from there. He recently got his car repossessed and was out of work for much of the pandemic that was going on. The last conversation I had today with the officer is that he had a salary job he got recently, but his car got repossessed. So when the officer explained to him about his, lack of not doing what he needed to do, and even though that he's not compliant, his officer stated that he has not gone to become a fugitive through all of what was going on. Over the last 2 weeks, he has shown vast improvement with his device and seems to be motivated to getting back on his feet. Basically, that is just what's going on, Your Honor.
All right. How long ago did we give him notice to show up for this compliance hearing?
It was done within a week, Your Honor, because of the fact that Mr. Sledge is going to expire from probation on May 23rd. So he has already been extended before or given some time so he can complete, the programs and the fees. But due to his financial issues and everything that had been going on within, personal issues, financial issues, not having a residence, it's become really unstable for him to complete these conditions. Your Honor, the officer was recommending to just terminate him on SAT. However, he said he understood that it is your recommendation on what it is you want to do at this point.
Well, Mr. Sledge, I'm not impressed at all. In fact,
Your Honor, may I?
I'm very concerned, sir.
Your Honor, may I just speak a little bit?
As long as you know one thing, first of all,
Yes, sir.
You do not have to say anything at all. You still
Right.
have a right to remain silent.
Yes,
And
sir.
this is not a full-fledged hearing. This is a compliance hearing. I just wanted to hear what's going on and then decide whether we want to have a full-blown motion to enter adjudication of guilt, which means you can kick out the window the chance of not having a conviction on this obstruction of a passageway. You already got a good deal. And as far as I can see, you've blown it. So now I repeat, you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything at all. Now, do you want to persist and say something?
Yes, Your Honor, if I may.
I'm listening.
Never a point in any of this have I ever tried to make an excuse for the situation that I'm in or what I've brought upon this day. I have, due to COVID, I own my own business. I'm in education. I was not able to receive any financial help throughout this entire year or throughout the COVID situation. I have not been able, even though I'm a degreed mechanical engineer, due to my record, I have been turned down for multiple jobs. I have lost housing, have dealt with a lot of financial issues, but I have worked trying to get back to even maintaining something that I can be stable in so that I can uphold my commitment to the court. A lot of the times that I was not able to blow, it was mostly because I didn't even have electricity. I was staying out of the car that I had. I have always maintained contact with my probation and still have tried to adhere to what I am expected of from the state. I do say that if extended, I actually do have a salary position that I start next week in education again. And I will be able to fulfill my commitment to the state if given the opportunity.
Maricela, how long can we extend him?
You can extend him 6 months, Your Honor, if you want.
Is that the maximum?
No, you can extend up to 2 years, I believe so. Is that correct, Mr. Edelman? But in this case, Your Honor, would probably be a year.
I believe the maximum would be 3 years total.
And how long, when was he placed on deferred?
July 24th of 2019 for a period of 16 months and then extended for another 6 months. So far he's had a total of 22.
And what's the maximum left?
I believe the maximum is 3 years.
Not extension, but the total time, right?
Correct, sir.
So he's got 14 months possibly?
Possibly.
All right. Now, Mr. Sledge, you have spoken, although you have the right to remain silent. You still have the right to have an attorney, even at this point, appointed to help you if you choose to do that. Do you want an attorney?
No, sir.
All right. You're waiving the right to an attorney. You waived the right to remain silent. If you wish, I will extend you 12 months. And I'm going to require probation, Ms. Luna, to report, give me a monthly report. He's not going to get away with any more of this not reporting or not following the rules. I will tell you that if we get any more violations on your part, you've already gotten away with a hell of a lot of crap that I wouldn't put up with most people. With COVID, there are some extenuating circumstances, but I will tell you one thing. The very least you can do is report into your probation officer. And I heard, what, 2 or 3 months that he did not report, Ms. Luna?
Yes, Your Honor.
December, January, February, something like that. Either way, if you're willing, I will extend you. Otherwise, we'll have an official, full-fledged hearing at which you will have the opportunity to have a lawyer or not. You've told me already you don't need a lawyer, don't want one anyway. Mr. Edelman, what is your suggestion or recommendation? if any?
An extension of 6 months, sir.
You think that'll make it, give him enough time to get squared away?
I'd like to see if he can do a little better with a bit more stable life circumstance. And I think that 12 years might be, 12 months might be a bit excessive. If after 6 months, the court can reassess.
Well, I'm gonna extend you for 12 months, Mr. Sledge, but here's what I want you to know.
Yes, sir.
Because you are on deferred adjudication, once you complete everything, you can file what's called a motion for early termination. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You
Yes,
might
sir.
can do it on your own, or you might can do it with the assistance of an attorney. But all
Your
of it,
Honor, the probation officer can also do that as well.
all right. Let's see what you got.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm hearing, let's see, there's all kinds of trite expressions. Talk is cheap,
Yes, Your Honor.
so it'll be extended 12 months. That could be 1 month or 2. Do everything you're supposed to do. Come in with a motion for early termination. I'll have no trouble with that.
Yes, Your Honor.
You already heard Mr. Edelman is willing to help you out. But again, talk is cheap. Show me.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm not from Missouri, but you can show me. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have one more question. What did you want to do in regards to the in-home device? Because Mr. Sledge, you currently have that device right now, right? The in-home device?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so since he wasn't consistent with that, Your Honor, did you want to, I don't know what you want to do with that.
Do you have a
Ma'am,
vehicle at this time?
No, sir. No, Your
How
Honor.
are you getting around?
Well, I just, my car got repossessed this weekend because I owed $1,600.
What kind of car was it?
It was a Nissan Altima,
What year?
2017.
20 what?
2017, Your Honor.
All right. I want you to get back on the ball with that in-home device. How long has you had it, Ms. Luna?
Your Honor, I had the ankle for about 5 months. I had the in-home on and off with different people. I think I've done a lot.
I'm gonna look at that, Your Honor. I can tell you when he got it installed.
No, and that one's 50.
All right, hold on, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
All right.
Hmm. Was it stolen at one time, Mr. Sledge?
I had the ankle installed the 2019 in September 3rd of 2019, and I was able to maintain it all the way to March before COVID hit, shut down, and then I changed to the in-home blow device. I do believe a couple months later.
So he got the in-home device, Your Honor, on October 1st, 2020.
How long did you keep it? Up till now?
Yes, he still has it now, but not blowing in it consistently. So there was a supplemental report done on June 24th of 2020, Your Honor, to have him install the in-home device and remove the scram. So he did have the scram before, and now he got the in-home. So he's been on the in-home since October, but he hasn't blown consistent.
Mr. Sledge,
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you drinking at all?
No, sir. I've been sober since 2018.
All right. Just have him do, take off the monitor, but I want him to do UA twice a month.
UA twice a month, ETG with alcohol?
Right.
Okay, what about his AA meetings, Your Honor? He hasn't been going, so it's important that he does that for continuing, the path to sobriety, for treatment as well.
I want you to go to AA for the next 60 days. You hearing me?
Every single day, Your Honor, or
No. What was his supposed to be his regular show-ups? Once a week, twice a week? What?
Yes, once a week, Your Honor.
Ms. Luna, what does the paper show?
It didn't specify, but at this point, it would be once a week, Your Honor.
Do once a week for 60 days. Let's see how you do.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I want a monthly report, Ms. Luna.
Okay,
I suggest you don't want to try me on stepping out of line anymore, Mr.
No, Your
Sledge. Because you will wind up in jail and I'll be home having my dinner every day and you'll be in jail.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else, Ms. Luna?
no, Mr. Sledge, I'll forward these new conditions for you to sign.